Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. We are going to be continuing our cast of the G4SC2 Cup, or the Go4SC2 Cup. I'm not sure exactly which it is, but I did do a bit of research on that. It's actually a tournament organised monthly by the ESL, which is the Electronic Sports League, and it's mainly aimed at players in Europe, so there'll be a lot of European players in that. We already cast the series of third place games for the April tournament. That was between Size and Dana was victorious in those series of 3 games, forcing it up to an ace match with some very nice ZVZ action. But now we have moved on. We are on to the grand final match of this April G04SC2 tournament, and down the bottom left we have our player C Shuttle, who is a blue Terran, and up the top right we have our red Zerg player, whose name is Quantic Hyun, but from looking at the replay packs his name is actually Hyun, and C Shuttle's name is actually Mental King. So we will try and keep our heads straight about that. But you know me, I'll probably just call them blue and red, and it'll probably just work out all in itself. But so this is Mental King, and this is Hyun, and this is the grand final of that monthly tournament. So very, very good stuff going on. I'm not sure exactly what the prize pool was. It was on this website at some point. It may have been 500 euros. It may have been 100 euros. It's something. It's something awesome. There definitely is a prize pool. You definitely do get money for this. I think it is 500 euros. So definitely a lot of excitement in this game, and this game is going to be a best of 5. So good luck. And the interesting thing about this is that if you go and look at the third place matchups and this main grand final, we have 3 Zerg players, 1 Terran and no Protoss. So the Zerg really pushing the pressure on in this tournament, obviously, and really doing some good work. So we'll see how the last remaining Terran competitor for this tournament manages to make out against the Zerg player Hyun. So what have we got going on so far? Not too much. He's got this block going on. You can see he's started the supply depot but hasn't really built it that much. That's basically just the block for drone scouting, or perhaps for a 6 pool. So if they send out a 6 pool, they have to bash their way through this depot, and that gives us just a little bit more time. And by the time he sees the 6 pool, he can cancel this in the middle. He can move the SCV over to this one and start building it, or he can get another SCV over there to start finishing this off. And it's hard to destroy something while it's being built, especially if you just got lings. Probably only about 3 of them can attack this at one time. So very tricky to break down that from the Zerg at that point. He's fully set up now. He's got 2 Marines hanging out at the front. He's got another command center coming down. He does have double gas. This is double gas without a factory up yet, so this can only mean something very interesting. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, because I am not the best commentator in the world. I'm sure somebody else like Husky or HD or one of those guys would probably know exactly what double gas means, but I am still learning, and I guess you guys are learning with me. So we'll see exactly what that double gas means. Meanwhile, the Zerg is going fairly standard. He's got his 1 gas up, he's got speed going on, he's got the expansion, he's got some drones coming out, he's got some queens coming out. So nothing fancy about that place so far. We do have a factory coming out. Now double gas, maybe double gas means a lot of widow mines. He might want to pump out the widow mines fairly fast. That could be a possibility. These Marines, I can never tell if these are the level 30 Marine skins, or if they're just well, considering this supply depot just looks like a normal supply depot. I'm not sure if he's even level 20 yet, but I may be wrong. And we'll see exactly. I want to see when one of these pops up, whether that's he's got the level 20 supply depot skin, because of course they're underground, so it's a bit hard to see at the moment. But here we go. We've got the factory, we've got the reactor. So it's possible. Yeah, it looks like we may be seeing some fast Hellion harass here. That doesn't explain, or maybe it does. Maybe he's going for, there we go, Widow Mines. So he's going for Widow Mines. And Widow Mines do cost gas, so he will be able to spit out quite a large amount of Widow Mines very quickly here. He's also going for a starport and an armory. Now the armory could be used for Thors, or it could just be used for upgrades, and I'm guessing it's going to be used for upgrades because we haven't seen very many fast Thor pushes in pro games, and I would not recommend it against Zerg because Zerglings with speed are just so good against Thors, it's not even funny. Thors just absolutely suck against Lings. Even late game, Lings are still one of the best counters against Thors, so I don't expect to see Thors. But, there we go, we're going to see some Hellbats coming out now. So he's just got those guys for defense, and now he's going for the Hellbats. Hellbat slash Hellion. And he might be looking to do some offense with these guys. These guys going to go over. The Zerg player doing a really good job of grabbing all the Xelnaga watchtowers. So he's just going to do a run by, maybe run in, see if he can get some scouting intel. He's not going to make it very far though, because he does have this bunker, and he might make it through this supply depot, but probably not. He gets a 3 marine kill there. And yeah, if he had gone in there any further, these Widow Mines would have wiped him out. Did I hear a Baneling being morphed? No, that was the Nidus Worm. So he's got a Nidus Worm down. That's just brilliant. The Lings all get taken out by the Roaches. There's a bunch of Hellions up there, so I don't think these Roaches are really going to be able to do too much damage. He does lose that Widow Mine, but here we go. There's a lot more Roaches coming down. All these SCVs ready to repair the depot. The Roaches are like, screw that action, I'm going for the SCVs. And that they will lose quite a lot of Roaches by doing that, but here we go, he's going for the bunker now. The Hellions coming out, they're not that effective versus the Roaches, but we do have a Viking coming out to scare away that Overseer. And more Roaches coming down. We've got some Queens coming down, spreading creep. That's going to be very nasty. And we're really going to have to see what the Terran player can do at this time, because this is some very aggressive Roach pushing in here. And he doesn't really have the correct unit to deal with it. He's got Hellbats, and Hellbats are not that good. They're good versus light. Roaches are not light units, they're armored units. He really needs some Marauder action, I think, to effectively deal with the Roaches. He doesn't have it at the moment. He just got Hellbats, and he really needs to work on tech switching over to Marauders at this point. But we'll see what he's going. There we go, there's a tech lab going down the barracks, so that's going to start off his Marauder production. And for now, the Hellbats are going to provide enough of a deterrent to scare away the Roaches. But there he goes, he's actually loading up into the medevacs. He might be going for some sort of drop action, but that was a bad time. He's going to have to run back here. He's going to have to scare these guys off. There we go, he's not even going to need to drop, he just needs to hover overhead. And the Zerg's like, yeah, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to be under a whole lot of dropships. So there we go. There we go. He's going to drop them right next to the Roaches. Excellent use of the Hellbats. Don't do that much damage to Roaches, but with that massive flamethrower, the splash damage hits all of those tightly packed Roaches, and that is only going to be a good thing. The creep spread really getting in here really fast, but he is getting some Marauders now. He's getting some stim up. He's building some more barracks. This is what he needs to do, but look at this play by the Zerg player, getting a Nidus Canal up in here. He needs to take this out ASAP. He's getting him some SCVs into the action. I think he should be fast enough, but meanwhile the Roach is coming down, hitting this expansion. He's got to lift it off. It is starting to burn down. This is not. He's not paying attention there, and he's lost his command center. And at that point, is just too much pressure gone down. He's sent over the medevacs here, but I think they got repelled by this fair Roach force on the backside, and really he teched into Hellions, and Hellions just weren't a good unit to Roaches, and from that point on he was just holding on, trying to scare these guys away and get Marauders at the same time, but it was just too tough to do that. The Roach pressure was just too high, and eventually he just had to GG. So it was a valiant effort by our Terran player, but that Roach push really was very scary and very effective. So that's game 1 of this grand final series of the Go4SC2 Cup that was broadcast in April of this year. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to go on to game 2, and we're going to see if the Terran player can get back into the game. So thank you very much for watching, and this has been Hairy Muppet. Look forward to the next video.